All right, Faithful, it's your 49ers team reporter, Briana Jeannel, here with the amazing Kristina Pink from Fox. Kristina, thank you for joining us today. How excited are you for this Week 4 matchup?
Oh, it's always fun. It's always kind of fun when you have matchups that you don't typically see very often. Like these two teams haven't played for a few years, so there's not too much familiarity. Obviously, like a guy like Eric Armstead, obviously you guys know. But it's fun because there's always like this chance that you get to see something unexpected, but it'll be a fun one.
Yes, definitely. Eric Armstead, we know and we love. Excited to see him this week. Now, with the 49ers, the word for this team has been resiliency.
Woo.
They've overcome a ton of injuries and still found a way to stay unbeaten. What have you seen and what have you liked so far from this 49ers team?
Well, first credit to Mac Jones for coming in and stepping in and playing well in a couple of games, but every week it's something, right? It's Purdy, it's Kittle, it's Bosa last week in the game that I did against the Cardinals, and yet somehow they figure out ways to win. Every single game, though, goes down to the wire. So, I mean, that's the nature of the NFL, especially this season. You've seen a lot of close games, but I know that this is a team that wants to be able to put together 4 quarters of great football, and they haven't been able to do that last week. The second half push was big, but getting out early and getting off to a good start will be important.
Definitely. Now, looking at the Jaguars, their defense looks completely different from last year. They lead the league in takeaways. What have you heard from the Jaguars so far this week, and what challenges are they bringing to this 49ers offense?
Yeah, it's funny. The turnaround from the turnover perspective has been huge for a team that had 9 total takeaways all of last season, and now you've got them at 9 at this point of the year. So it's been a big jump, but they practice it a ton, and that has been the key. Like teams always talk about, we're going to practice the takeaway, practice forcing turnovers, but they've been able to put practice into play. So it's going to be really important for San Francisco to play clean football today because they're going to be looking to punch the ball out, to get picks, and that's been something that's been working for them so far this season.
Yeah, absolutely. And that's something the 49ers defense really needs. Now, what's huge for the Niners is that they are 4-0. You want to start 4-0 and, still put together the pieces rather than, being the other way around. What do you still want to see from this 49ers team in this contest?
I think it'll be interesting because even though you've got a healthy Brock Purdy or healthy coming back, you're still got question marks as far as his pass catchers. He doesn't have a ton of experience with some of the guys that you'll see on the field today, like Kendrick Bourne and possibly Jawan Jennings if he comes back today. And so obviously Ricky Pearsall has been a stud, but you've got to develop the chemistry. And so it'll be interesting to see how the offense clicks today.
Amazing. Now, what do you think, at the end of the day, is the biggest deciding factor in this game? Who's coming out with it and what's going to make it work?
I mentioned clean football for the Niners, but as far as the other side goes with the Jaguars, I mean, they've had a ton of penalty issues this season. So it comes down to the fundamentals, I think, for both teams because both defenses have played really well this season. Obviously, for San Francisco, the injury to Bosa will be big, but it'll be nice to see who steps up because you can't replace him with one player, but you got to do it by committee. And so being able to get the pass rush going, being able to stop the run because the Jaguars have been up and down as far as getting their run game going one game, then another game it's their pass game. So they're a bit unpredictable, but playing down to the fundamentals, as coaches always say, we hear it all the time, is going to be important.
Sweet. Yeah, a lot to look for in this matchup. Kristina, thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.